So welcome to the Miracles and Science Center for Continuous Personal and Professional Development. Today, the 24th of August. Again, another daily life lesson. So this daily life lesson tells us about the happiness that comes as a result of increasing effort as you overcome resistance. Before I explain this daily life lesson in detail, I remind you to subscribe to the Miracles and Science TV channel on YouTube. Also, to contact us on the numbers shown on the screen for any career guidance, life skill, personal, professional development advice that you may need. You never know where you are, where you are stuck, and if you want to make progress, you may just need an idea away, which you can pick from the Miracles and Science Center for Continuous Personal and Professional Development. So, this daily life lesson tells us that in most cases we find that we are in a situation where we want to move forward, where we want to progress, where we have set our goals, we need to move from one level to another. So, what you need to do is that psychology has shown pleasure and happiness comes as a result of achieving a certain goal, achieving a certain aspect that you have set in your life, hitting a certain target. So when you achieve something, it increases the pleasure and the happiness, which triggers your emotional and mental power to move forward. So what it tells us is that it does not matter how big a certain target is. What is important is that you have achieved it. So this daily life lesson resonates with what we call the goal setting theory, which stipulates that when you are setting goals and you want to achieve them, it is important you start with the small goals that you can easily achieve. Although sometimes people say that always start with the biggest task. No. According to the goal setting theory, and also according to the theories that underpin personal development, it is important to achieve the small things first and then go for the bigger ones. Because when you achieve the small things first, it gives you the pleasure, the happiness to move forward to another. Actually, even people that give financial advice about managing debts, they advise that when you have debts, it is important to settle the smaller debts first as you aim for the bigger ones. It is reverse psychology, where some people would think that you first deal with the big ones. No, when you attempt to address the big, you get frustrated along the way, and sometimes you may not be able to move forward, and you give up, and even the small ones will not be achieved. So according to this daily life lesson, it is important for you to first focus on the small, achieve the small steps. If, for example, it comes to the debts, focus on addressing the smaller debts first. That will give you the impetus that is needed for you to be able to address and deal with the bigger ones. So eventually you'll be able to solve the debt. So what it means is that when you are planning, for example, for a goal, what you want to achieve at the end of the year, it is important for you not to wait until the year ends for you to celebrate and attain that goal. Make sure you chop down your goal into smaller, manageable goals. For example, you can plan to be able to achieve weekly, monthly, or quarterly. So, for example, when you achieve the weekly, it gives you the impetus to achieve the monthly, gives you the impetus to achieve the quarterly. And by the end of the year, you'll have achieved your grand goal. So that should be the aim in terms of the planning, so that when you're able to achieve the smaller ones, it will eventually lead to the bigger ones automatically. Don't aim to set yourself to achieve the bigger one. If you fail, you'll fail big. But for the small goals, it is important for you to be able to plan them like that, so that eventually when you achieve the small leads to the small, and eventually the small leads to the big. So this has been a relief lesson for today.